before we go into practicing, I want to quickly show you this little piece from the manual. At the end, it has some preparatory sequences before we actually practice. See, here are a couple of sequences we have put. It's not really sequence in the sense like the Vinyasa Krama. It's more of the idea is to, when you are teaching your class, you can take up, when you are giving, say, standing asanas. That's what we'll do now. We have prepared a couple of sequences. One is Virabhadrasana sequence, where you bring Virabhadrasana 2, that is Virabhadrasana 2, then Parshvakonasana, Parshvakonasana easy version on the right and left, and Parshvakonasana with hand on the ground, Trikonasana, and we can also bring Parivritta Trikonasana as a later part. Pretty much even this is also, one is to bring in Surya Namaskara. I'll show you how to do that. Once to bring without Surya Namaskara. Okay, I'll show both. And then we have Virabhadrasana 2, Viparita Virabhadrasana, reverse warrior, we'll see that, and Parshvakonasana and Trikonasana. We'll see all of these. We could also start with Virabhadrasana 1 and then move into Virabhadrasana 2 and go into this. So we can do Virabhadrasana 1, 2, Parshvakonasana, easy version, difficult version, then Trikonasana and Parivritta Trikonasana. Okay, we'll see what those are. Okay. And then we have also given some of these arm movement sequences. We'll see that. Why? Because many people, they have very weak respiratory muscles, especially for asthma. This is a very good set of movements. We'll show you that. And then standing balancing sequence. We have this Vrikshasana. Vrikshasana with, in the Ardha Padmasana style Vrikshasana, and we'll also talk about the standing Marichasana. Then we have Garudasana, Natarajasana, and Virabhadrasana 3, all using wall support. We'll try using wall support, okay? And then we have Padmasana sequence and Shirshasana, okay? And Chakrasana preparations, okay? We just take a look at them. And now today we'll just look into some of these sequences and also bandhas. Okay. All right. All right. So standing Tadasana. Okay, so you can start with the one edge of the mat, take one big step. Right foot to the right, left foot inward. Tomorrow is going to be a self-assessment. Today we are just going to do it for a very short time, so to understand the sequence, okay? So we'll start with Virabhadrasana 1 before we go to Virabhadrasana 2. So Virabhadrasana 1, turn your torso towards right, right foot to the right, left foot inward, heel of the right is in line with the arch of the left, bend the right knee and raise the arms up and take the arms. See where my arms are? I'm not really bending back too much. I'm keeping the neck neutral, bend down, take your leg as far back as possible so that the thigh is parallel, your thigh is parallel to the ground, go down, 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 up. Raise your arms up, reach strongly through the arm, through your fingertips, from the back heel all the way up to the fingertips. You have reached strongly. And slowly come down. Now turn the foot, left foot to the left, right foot inward. Make sure your feet are aligned. And turn your torso to the left. Bend your leg, raise your arms, and take your leg as far back as possible so that you can bend your thigh so that the thigh is parallel to the ground. And up, reach strongly up. Push the heel down, back heel down. Reach strongly up. Bend down, down. down and stay. And slowly come down and turn again. This time will be, our torso is now straight, in line with the legs. Okay, so arms up. Okay, there. Now bend your right thigh and adjust your feet. Look to the right. Your hips are nice and aligned with your legs. Stay, breathe. And slowly back, left foot to the left, right foot inward. Again, make sure the alignment is correct. Hips are aligned with the legs. Heel is aligned with the arch of the other leg. Raise your arms, bend your left leg and stay. Down, adjust your legs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently come back. And then again, switch. I need to see everybody's, hold on. And now you go into Parshvakonasana, easy version. Now come back, please stand like this. And now your elbow is up to your thigh and you're bending at the thigh. Okay, and raise your arm, or maybe take the arm back, open your chest. Take your arm back, open your chest, and if you now feel comfortable, raise your arm up, keep the chest open. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently come back, switch. And again, just keep adjusting your legs so that you get that nice work at the hip joint level. This is what you're working. You're working this area. Okay, once again, take the pose, take the hand back, open the chest, look up. And now without disturbing that setup, if you can, lift your arms up along the ears. Some people do this. That's not what this is. This is opening the arms also. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And gently come back. In fact, if you want to teach the easy version with the hand at the back, and then the next one, the difficult one, the classic one, we can raise the arms up. Okay, that also is possible. Now bend your, switch again, and bring your hand down in the front or at the back, whichever works for you, and open your chest. And if you can, lift your arms up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently rise up. Minimal weight on the hands, by the way. Switch and go down. Minimal weight on the hands, okay? First make sure of that. And then raise your arm up if needed. 5, 4, open the chest. 3, 2, look up. 1, and gently come back. And now we are ready for Trikonasana. We are not doing the regular one, the extended version of Trikonasana. Right foot to the right, left foot inward, arms up, keep the knees straight. You can hinge at the hip joints and lower it down. Wherever it can go, keep your knees straight. If that is too much on your inner thigh, you may want to micro bend your knee or bend as much as you want to, just to make sure that you don't stretch anything too much. 5, 4, 3, don't overly go down. 2, 1. Gently come back up. Switch. Arms up. Hinge at the hip joint and push this hip away and only go as far as you can go. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently come back. And release. And switch again. Parivritta Trikonasana. And turn your torso this time. Okay. First, before anything, we'll practice this half pose and then go into full pose. Okay. This is a Khadasana, Parshva Khadasana, where you go and you bend from the abdomen and stay like that. Chin up. Go ahead. Stay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now if you can, place your left hand on your foot or wherever and raise the right arm up. That is the full twist. 5, 4.
Santosh, other way. Your right hand should come down to the left toe. It's Parivritta Trikonasana. Revolving, yes. Yeah, revolving. Yeah, perfect. That's how it is. Yeah. Continue, Ashwini. I need to do a little bit adjustment.
Yeah.
It's a Parivritta Trikonasana, revolving. So if your right hand to the left leg.
Left hand to the right hand to the left, depending on where you are. Okay?
Right, yeah.
Good. And now switch to the other side and bend down. This itself is quite a bit to achieve first. When you are totally comfortable with this, that's when you will be, your balance is very important here. Khadasana, Parshva Khadasana. And then opposite hand, okay, to the leg and raise up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently come back and lift up and back to the center. Relax and observe. Bend one leg, join it to the other, and back to Shivalitadasana. So the idea is, if in a given class, make the class exactly what you were doing earlier, just that you add not all of these, maybe, pick and choose. Only Virabhadrasana 2 sometime only Virabhadrasana 1. So Virabhadrasana 2, then you bring easy Parshva Konasana, and then you bring one Trikonasana. That is one way. Okay. So pick and choose and practice 3-4 poses in one shot, right? But that is for when you are conducting a class. As you want to advance your students in your class, you can bring one little sequence like that. Okay. But at the end, you want to also relax. It's not a sequence throughout the whole session, right? Okay. Next, in Surya Namaskar. Okay. Let's bring this. Inhale, arms up and bend back. Keep your chin neutral, not bending back. Only the arms are reaching the ceiling. Contract the glutes, push the pelvis forward. And now push your hips back and half forward bend, and then slowly full forward bend. And right leg back. To this point, we are good, right? Now place your left heel down, okay, in this pose, and rise up. and go into Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, your torso is facing only one side. Okay, and stay. And now Viparita Virabhadrasana. Bring your right hand down, left arm up. So this is you're still bending your knee, front knee, and you're taking your left arm up. Left thigh is bent, left arm is up. And slowly come back and bring, let's practice Parshva Konasana here. You can also take your hand down and bring the other hand down. You are back into Ashwasanchalana. Okay. Now, Chaturanga Dandasana. Go ahead into Chaturanga Dandasana. Knees down, chest and forehead down. Up into Bhujangasana or the upward dog. Down into downward dog. Bring the right leg forward. Okay, now left heel down and come up. The opposite. Yeah. Viparita Virabhadrasana. Keep bringing the heel down, thigh down. Okay, now Parshva Konasana, easy version. And then go into Asvasanchalana. Okay, back to Padahastasana. And rise up into the Chakrasana and back. Yeah, that's one sequence. We also have one more sequence that I'm going to bring. Okay. Okay. Inhale, arms up, bend back. Keep the chin a little down. Exhale, bend down. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, right leg back. So here you are in the Chaturanga. Here you can go into Vasishthasana, that is side plank. If this is too hard for you, this is side plank. If that's too hard, okay, there are multiple ways to adjust. One is bring your knee down and still continue to practice that with your knee down. If that's too much on the hand, bring your elbow down and practice. Side plank. Okay, then back again to your Chaturanga, knees, chest, forehead, up into, sorry, I forgot to do the other side. Let's just do that, okay? Here you won't get another chance, so you should actually go into the other side, okay? Practice as per your capacity. Putting the knee down makes it very easy. You learn to develop strength in the arms. Okay, come up into plank again. Knees down, chest down, forehead. Ashtanga. Bhujangasana. Parvatasana, mountain or downward dog here. Let's practice the sequence here. Lift your right leg up. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Go back. Feel the stretch in the left ankle when you lift the right leg up. And with one swing, bring the knee forward, twist the leg, place the lower leg perpendicular to the body, lower your hips down, square them forward. If that's too hard, just stay where you are and keep your hands down, support with your hands. If your both hips are nicely on the ground, you can lift your arms up, flying Kapotasana. And slowly lift your arms up and slowly bend forward into Supta Kapotasana. Walk your right foot closer to your head. Make it perpendicular, lower leg. Right lower leg is perpendicular to the body. And slowly walk your hands to come up to sitting. Those who are experts in this, okay? Don't otherwise try. If you are very flexible, keeping the hips squared, bend your knee and hold it from inside, okay? If you can. And if you still can, lift your right hand and hook your hands while also, squaring the hips forward. This is your Rajakapotasana. Only if you can. If you cannot, just even bending and holding is plenty for many people, like a bow. Hold it like a bow and twist forward. This is still quite good for the initial practice. Slowly release and go back into downward dog. Lift your left leg up. Go back, back and back. Feel that stretch in the ankles. Swing the knee forward and bend and land onto your hips. And look up. Draw the shoulders down. Now, if you can, release, fly, otherwise keep holding there. That's still plenty of stretch to the hips, so don't worry about it. Raise your arms up and lower the arms down. Walk your left foot closer to the head region. Feel that stretch in the sciatica. And slowly walk your hands towards your hips or maybe, we'll bend the knee and practice the Rajakapotasana, however you like. Always one side is easier than the other. Listen to your body, do what you can, even just holding your leg while twisting forward, like that is squaring the hips forward, is still quite a bit of practice. And slowly release and relax and go down into mountain. By the way, the mountain and even from here, even doing this practice, right? Bringing the knee forward and going back. Bringing the knee forward and lifting the leg up. This itself is quite a good practice for everybody. If you want to try that a couple of times just to get that feeling, the knee to the opposite elbow and then lift your leg up. Try that. Knee to the opposite elbow and lifting up. Okay, now the other side. Lift the leg up and bring the knee to the opposite elbow, move forward. Great arm strengthening and core strengthening. Exhale as you come forward, inhale as you lift up, or rather, whichever. Okay, and then now come on your knees. And left leg forward. Ashwasanchalana. Join the feet, head down, arms up and back to namaste. So the one that we did as an exercise, bringing the knee forward and backward, that you can do as loosening practice. But the other things that we did, adding Vasishthasana and Kapotasana, you can do that in Surya Namaskars. Okay? All right. So those are some of the thoughts as far as Trikonasana is concerned. Now we'll go into Vrikshasana variations. So we know the classic Vrikshasana, right? Here is our classic Vrikshasana, some variations here. And actually as a sequence also, if you want to bring, one is lifting the arms up straight and practicing that for 30 seconds. Okay, and then go into the opposite leg, practice that for 30 seconds. Oh God. And we are always weak on one side, strong on the other. Regular practice will help you. We are not holding for 30 seconds though. Coming down. The next one will be Ardha Padmasana style. So here. And you can also like raise your arms like that, wide. Arms are wide like here.
So when we do Ardha Padmasana style, will our hip move back a bit or should it not?
First of all, if you have a lot of such flexibility, many people can only do what they can do. That is, the idea is to put the heel on the other thigh, corner of your thigh, and then drag this. It's nice and tight. So your firm buttocks, right? That's very important. And now switch to the other side. If you have done on one side, if you're too wobbly, go to the wall and don't stick to the wall. You can use the finger on the wall to support you, okay? My left side is weak, so I always use one little finger to make sure to, one small finger, okay? Not a whole lot. Otherwise, then you become totally dependent. And push your big toe down. Push your big toe down so that you lift the curvature of your foot. And slowly come down. So did you understand that part? Big foot, big toe. Push it down and lift the curvature.
So at that time, you feel wobbly when you press the big toe down. You are inclined a little bit.
Not for me. I don't know what you're doing. Don't do too much of anything. Very little. All of these are not huge thing. You just simply very small engagement of your curvature of your foot. Okay.
Pressing down the toe or lifting up the toe?
No lifting up of the toe. Pushing the toe down. You are pushing the big toe slightly down. Even in Tadasana, you do that. Okay, if you push the big toe a little bit down, you're lifting the curvature of your foot.
Ashwini ji,
not easy to show.
Ashwini ji, my foot is slipping, so I have to hold it with my hand.
I think like my ankle is also slipping. How do I hook it?
I think people are a little bit confused, Ashwini. When you say put your big toe down, that means on the foot on the floor, right? Not on the one on the thigh.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah.
Okay. And the second thing is, I think it is slippery. So if you're slipping, either you can just initially hold by your hand, but just give support, or you can just bend your knee a little bit, micro bend, so that you'll get a little bit support there on your thigh.
I'm doing that now. Here, see me? And then this knee should not be lifted. It should be pushed down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I'm standing like this, I'm putting more weight on the outer edge of my left foot or the foot, whatever is down. I'm putting more weight on the outer side. So as you said, press the big toe down, so that makes me wobbly. So I don't know if that's doing it on you. I don't know.
You should not have more weight on the outer side or on the inner side, or everything has to be balanced. Your foot is nicely, like it's like a tripod stand, right? You can't just stand like this. You know, you cannot be standing like tripod stand is tripod stand. Your heel and the two balls of your feet should be in all balance.
Yeah, agreed, Ashwini ji. But I'm with Sindhu. For me right now, if I press it on the outer side, then only I can balance. Otherwise, I get wobbly. So I guess over practice,
Core.
it would be
Core.
core. Okay.
Core and hip strength. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I am also trying to see if I can do that and see what happens to me. No, it doesn't happen to me. So it's a question of developing that balance. Okay. All right. So the next one will be Marichasana. I thought we did it, but if not, let's do it again. Okay. I thought we showed in one class, right? Here, this is our Marichasana, where initially you just hold like that and stay, and eventually you will be tying your hands at the back. That is Marichasana. But for now, what you want is simply holding it to the side, you see, to the side and lifting up again. See, for this to the side. But what are we really doing? We are bringing flexibility to the hip. Just push it to the side initially. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should bring this balance first, okay? We'll be wobbly. I'm wobbly on the left. I'm fine on the right. So we develop this practice, right? Of holding your wall and being able to support, and strength develops over time. You're bringing flexibility to the hips and also strength. So on the right side, when I lift the right leg, I'm bringing flexibility to my right hip. I'm bringing strength to my left hip because I'm standing on my left. Yeah. Rasika, I think you are doing something different. You're holding your ankle. You are supposed to push like that. There. You can feel that stretch or flexibility here, right? On the right side.
Ashwini ji, for now, I'm able to only hold under the thighs, not the legs together like that. Is that okay?
That's fine. See, the whole point is more about you lifting it to the side and creating flexibility here. Yeah? Right. Good. You're doing fine. See here. Yeah, I cannot hold on my left side. I can do on my right.
So Ashwini ji, the whole point I think is pulling the leg back so it is a sideways, right?
Correct, correct. The whole idea is to create flexibility in the hip to the side. See here. Right.
So Ashwini, I have one question. Suppose if people had difficulty in balancing on the side, can they hold the leg in the front first initially to balance?
Actually, yes, absolutely. So even doing this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that brings flexibility, then slowly move towards the side
Correct.
as you bring the stability.
Good enough. In fact, they say this is what you need to first be stable on. Then you slowly move to the side and side and side. Okay. Okay. Just giving you some tips here. Okay. Next is we'll do the practice of Nataraja. You can use the wall if needed. And many people do it wrongly, hence I'm trying to take the support of the wall. And also taking the support of the wall, how you can build flexibility into the hip joints and the hamstrings. That's something you need to understand. Even Virabhadrasana 3. Virabhadrasana 3 is pretty difficult, right? So lifting the leg up here like that, taking the support of the wall helps. You are building flexibility in your strength in the right and flexibility in the left when you lift the left leg up. So go ahead, let's practice the Virabhadrasana 3 with the help of the wall. Yeah, lift it further up, Nachi. And leg has to be nice like a pillar, very strong. The leg on which you stand. Strong leg.
You want to take the wall support a little bit because still your body is at angle. It should be horizontal. So move a little bit forward. Yes, some more. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Side helps us if you're standing. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing.
Sidhu, go sideways. We can't see your position. Yes. Go sideways. Yes. If you're doing sideways, I can tell you whether you are doing it right. Your body should be completely flat, the horizontal, your torso.
Further. Go backward a little bit, Anushka. Go back.
Yeah. If she goes back, then the leg is angled. So move forward a little bit.
Leg forward, and then take the leg for the leg that you raise. Take it as far back as possible.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No.
Move back. Move your hip back. Move your hip back. No, you're not left leg. Left leg, I think you are moving your only left leg. Anushka, move your left leg a little bit forward. Yeah, now, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Yes. It's okay to bend your elbow. That's okay, but make your body horizontal. Yeah, perfect. Now it's better. Yeah.
Draw the belly in.
Yeah, Anushka, you got it.
Ashwini ji, the raised leg. So mine, I think it's rotating outside, I think.
Yeah, that is all because you're working to build the flexibility, right? The other way to do this is also, now let us do it without the support. So when you do that, you hold your one leg, okay? You hold your one leg and you start raising the other. Much better way to keep it in balance, okay?
Yeah.
So the goal is, you have to feel that burn in your thighs and in your hip region. Again, don't overdo anything. Anushka, you're bending your leg.
I think they can do just to support for some time.
Yeah, support is always fine. Okay. And then same thing on the other side. So first thing is to stabilize the leg on which you are standing. And then you lift up. And you can also maybe if you are very flexible, you can take the support of the ground also initially to build the flexibility. Okay, all right. Now let's go into, don't worry, do as much as you can. Okay. Next is Nataraja. I see people doing this with Nataraja. What was that? Yeah, yesterday I saw this. This is not Nataraja pose. Okay, this is Nataraja pose where you lift your head up and you bend forward like that. Okay, so again, we won't get there in one day. The goal is to bring that flexibility. So that's why we have all these preparatory practices of Bhujangasana, Shalabhasana, Dhanurasana, and Setubandhasana, and then we go into Nataraja also. That also is possible. Okay.
So the effect is it's like a Dhanurasana and standing pose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should get a nice arch of your back, and you are basically on one leg. You are doing Dhanurasana in standing position. Yeah.
So this is what people like to do. They like to bend forward. So then don't bend forward. Look up.
It's okay. We want to take wall support for this. Keep your hand a little bit.
Yeah. For now, we'll take wall support, and then we'll also try without the wall support.
If you're taking wall support, your hand should be at 45 degrees, above, just way above your head, not at your forehead level.
And look up, head up.
Yeah.
Ashwati, go ahead, try. You tried with the support. And then we'll try without support. So here, you want first your leg to be stable, and raise your right arm up and hold your left leg, and then slowly start. Your leg has to be nice and straight, not bend. If you bend, bone over bone, they say, right? That's how you're most stable. If you bend, then you have to really, you'll become wobbly. So best is to keep it straight, pulled upward, as they say. And always one side. Stay closer to the wall, but don't take support. And if you cannot practice on the other side, stay close to the wall. And then less and less and less support. That's all. One finger, and then remove that finger. Stay, remove, just micro remove your finger. Okay. Here you are learning to balance. Learn both the ways. Using the wall support, without the wall support. Using the wall support, without the wall support. And slowly, eventually, you will build flexibility as well as strength.
Ashwat, you are bending too forward. I think if you take chair support, you tend to bend forward. So you have to, body should be at angle.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll now, last part before we close. Just how many of you can practice Padmasana? I thought you already have done all these, right, in your morning class?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay. Those who can sit in Padmasana, please do. Those who cannot sit in Padmasana, sit in half Padmasana. They're taking the other one down here like that. Those are all preparatory poses. And so now for those who can sit in Padmasana, see this one knee comes off, right? Push that knee down. Again, please listen to your body, okay? Don't overdo anything. Now try to bring the heel closer and closer to the corner of your thigh. That is one. And then the other knee, with your hand, you can just press it down a little bit. Don't attempt to bring it to the floor. Just simply slightly. And this practice, as a sadhana, if you go on sitting in Padmasana, however little, sometimes some people develop that ability and sit only for like 10 seconds and they have to come off. That's okay. Never mind. Keep trying that. And eventually you will develop flexibility, okay? That is one. Now, always make sure to sit on the other side also. However, one side we are more comfortable, the other side we are less. But if you don't try the other side also, it just molds into only one side, and that's not good for your hip joints, by the way. So please do sit on both sides equally. I mean, you won't sit equally initially. Slowly, you have to make it symmetric. Okay, that is most important, to make it symmetric. Unless you are a sadhu who wants to meditate for years in one pose, there obviously may or may not switch. But the idea is for us to, for our good health of the hips, hip joints and knee joints, it's good to switch. Okay, so gently come off. That was, there's a whole sequence of Padmasana. So I just wanted to cover a little bit. We still have a lot of those Siddhasanas and everything. We'll do some other time. Now, last thing would be the preparations for the Shirshasana. Okay. One is the downward dog, which we have done already. Let's go into the, I thought we did, but we'll see again. Dolphin. Ardha Pincha, this is called Ardha Pincha Mayurasana. Okay. So you basically make a little triangle of your hands and your elbows, interlock, hands interlock, and lift up. Okay. And now you protract your scapulae so that you go back as far back as possible. Back, back, and back. And come forward and move forward and stay here. Your chin is above the interlocked hands.
Rima, your knees should be off the ground. Yes.
I know we have done this before, but many people did not get it at that time. You keep
Move
your
forward.
head, Rohini, the main goal is to actually take yourself back. That is the Pincha Mayurasana, by the way, not the front one. Front one is a low plank, elbow plank. That's not what we are doing. That is simply to give you a variation. But the real one is where you take your scapulae backward, protraction of the scapulae. This is where you are actually building the strength and flexibility. So go back, back, and back, keeping the head parallel to the floor. Keep the head parallel to the floor and take your scapulae back.
Ashwini ji, one doubt. So both our feet should be firmly on the ground, or is it okay for the heels to be up a little bit?
Heels will be lifted.
Okay.
You're working on your scapulae. This is called scapula stabilization practices. Okay. So you're protracting. Rather, are you protracting or are you retracting? You're retracting, isn't it? No, you're protracting. So you're going back. You are retracting. Just that you are safely retracting them. Yeah? Do you feel that at that point, at that scapular region? Okay. Any questions there? And can we go into half Ardha Shirshasana? So for Ardha Shirshasana, I'm just going to show you. See, your head is, crown is on the ground, supported by the hands. And if you go to the wall, see, this is how you're supposed to go to the wall, such that this back touches the wall. So I'm just going to show you there, okay? So that you understand how to, I hope you can see that. I'm not exactly sure. So see, you have to go to the wall, take yourself as far back as possible so that your back touches the wall. This is half. And then learn to lift one leg at a time here. Okay? Anyone wants to try that? If you have any neck injuries, shoulder injuries, please don't try that. Your upper back touches the wall.
But if somebody is familiar with how to do the Shirshasana, should be okay,
even
right?
then you should try.
Yeah.
Even then you should try, because we only learned how to balance, but we did not learn how to practice it right.
And how to teach also, right?
Unless you have attended a workshop or something and you are good with that, then of course, who is to tell that? Aishwarya, going to the wall helps. This is not a Shirshasana pose. This is a Ardha Shirshasana pose, guys.
Ashwini ji.
Yeah.
So when we are in that pose, our scapulae are apart, right? Protracted meaning apart. So when we are going up against the wall also, it's like that?
No, you are simply, don't worry about it. You're just, you have stabilized your scapulae. They are strong enough. Okay. So that is the idea here.
Okay, thank you.
How much weight is on the ground, Ashwini ji? Because when my back touches the wall, I feel pressure in the back of my neck.
Exactly. That's why we want it to be practiced as a Ardha Shirshasana, and you have to like move your crown so that the pressure doesn't come on that. It's some people practice with that kink in the neck. Don't do that. Yeah. There should be no kink in the neck.
Yeah, for me also the pressure and weight, it is coming on the crown of the head.
Yeah, there should be really no pressure on the weight. Weight is not on the crown at all. You are grounding with your hands.
okay.
And first practice only, first thing is not even lifting the legs. Don't lift the legs, Rohini. First is to take the back to the wall with the head being in the exact neutral position. That is the goal first. Don't yet lift the legs. And you have to develop a lot of flexibility for that and strength also. And so don't be in a hurry to do this. Just simply moving closer to the wall, moving your back closer to the wall and not yet even attempting to touch also is fine. Just see, it's a very slow sadhana. Many people practice Shirshasana with a little kink in the neck and whatnot, and they're strong enough and they're okay for initial purpose. But if you take that as a sadhana, then you will start developing lots of chronic problems. Okay. And because we started late, we'll also be ending late. Hope everybody's okay with that. Any question there? Yeah.
So when our back is against the wall, upper back, is our chin going into our chest?
I am not exactly sure if that, no, shouldn't be. It should just neutral. Okay. Anything like that, Santosh? Any question? Because you have been practicing.
No, you never have your chin against it. That means your chest is moving forward. It shouldn't be, or your neck is at an angle. So it should never be touching. The chin should never be touching your chest.
Yeah.
In fact, you might snap your neck backside.
Yeah,
If you
yeah. I mean,
press it. Yeah.
That thing can be dangerous.
Yeah.
Your body.
Use your hand support. Weight should be on your shoulder and hand.
Yeah, I mean the angle, that the triangle that you are forming, your pressure would be, you should be slightly leaning forward so that you always feel the pressure along your forearm and your elbows, and this thing, your head will not feel the pressure. So you should do it one step at a time. So you are in the sort of dolphin pose, and then you slowly walk up. And then when you have, you pull in your core muscles, it should be inside. And then you make sure that your torso is straight enough while your legs are still on the floor, and you're walking towards your head. And then when you're ready, you need to lift it up and bring it halfway, and then just hold that position. You need to have good core strength to hold that position in a right way.
Actually, what I suggest, when you are doing wall support, try to using your elbows, try to lift your head up. Try that, because
yeah,
if you are going to lift your head up each bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I deliberately avoided, like I've been doing it very slowly. So I deliberately avoided the wall, because once you get into that habit, it's very hard to let go of that.
Yeah.
So,
but it will give your idea space to see whether you can remove the pressure on your neck or head with little bit. Yeah.
my experience with that is that you get into that habit, you'll always be afraid to let it. Like a couple of times I have just gone over, but that's okay, because you need to make sure that the back of your neck is completely properly supported like this, so that even if you go the other way around, you won't hurt your neck.
I think Ashwini should avoid practicing remote, because it requires a lot of support and people, unless they know exactly how to practice.
This is not not Shirshasana. This is practice. This is only.
Okay.
I did not say support use the wall support. I said take this back to the wall to touch. Not today, if you cannot do it. That ultimately you should be able to touch this portion to the wall. That's only as a parameter to say that you are able to get the flexibility of the hips and your flexibility and strength of the core. Those two are needed. And then when you want to do Shirshasana, you should always be off the wall. We are not teaching Shirshasana online.
Yeah. So first dolphin, then once you are comfortable dolphin, then try to keep your head down and comfortable there, because there should be very, very minimum weight should be on your head. So dolphin is the best way to go, and then slowly develop practice to keep your head on the mat into Shirshasana or the Shirshasana.
I have one question. Santosh was saying that, protecting the neck, but really when you're holding your hand and your head is there, it's not actually going toward the neck region. So how does that happen,
No,
Santosh?
hold behind the neck. Santosh, show it again.
Yeah,
That was my question because my fingers are in the back of the head.
So here,
Yes.
so you can see a part of my neck, but it's really on the back of the head is where the entire support is. And then you're holding, you're making a sort of a triangle. It's very important that you always feel the weight towards your forearms. That way, you know for sure your head is not taking the additional weight.
The crown on the mat or no?
Crown is on the mat, but
Like this. I place like that. He places a little
Yeah,
down.
the crown is just grazing the mat. It is not, there is no weight on your crown. The head is literally kind of like, instead of hanging, it just lands on the mat. That's it.
It lightly touches the mat. That's all.
So in complete Shirshasana, the head is touching the mat and we put the weight on the head. But in Ardha Shirshasana, we are just putting the weight on our...
No. In Ardha Shirshasana, we are not lifting the legs.
Yeah. So we are not putting our weight on the head. We are just putting the weight on the elbows and right.
forearms.
We are developing
Okay.
here. That's all we were doing. When we were taking the head back closer to the wall, we were learning to develop flexibility in the dorsal region. We were learning to understand how to put weight on the hands. And we are learning to develop flexibility in the hip region by slowly lifting one leg at a time. That too only if you are ready. Some people have good flexibility in the hips. They can lift one leg at a time. Lifting one leg and lifting two legs are like seas apart.
So it's a continuation of dolphin pose.
Not exactly. In dolphin pose, you are retracting back. Here you are moving forward. So it's basically you are all these.
Dolphin is just preparatory for your Shirshasana because you want to build a strength in your arms and the lower upper back. So that'll help you to gauge whether you are ready for the other Shirshasana. The only difference other Shirshasana, full Shirshasana, in other Shirshasana, it's the head portion is same, back portion is same, only thing legs are down. And in full Shirshasana, legs are vertical up. That's only difference. But otherwise, your body shape, your torso, pressure on your head, everything should be identical between Ardha Shirshasana and full Shirshasana.
I have a suggestion because I'm also trying. So I am trying with the wall support. So very first time when I tried, this was my experience. The next day, my whole body was very sore, top to bottom. So now when you're against the wall, you need to bring awareness, as Santosh said, to the core, to your elbows, to your forearms, to your head region. So you need to bring your awareness. Where do you fit good in all this whole situation you are in? And never ever try to lift the legs up. You need to fold the legs, put the soles of your feet against the wall. And once you feel comfortable, it'll take you months and months. It took me months and months to do that. And then slowly try to retract yourself from the wall, just a little bit, maybe one palm, just this much is enough. So now if you fall back, the wall is still there, but again, you are able to balance yourself. You're still away from the wall, but you feel that you are balanced. In case you just fall,
I have to stop everybody here because we don't want ideas on Shirshasana being given, and we don't want to take liability in this class saying we told you to go take the wall and give 1 palm distance. Sorry, you are on your own. Online, you are on your own. We are not going to give such advice. And it is not easy also. By the way, there was one person in our class also, we told them not to practice. We were giving Ardha Shirshasana. The guy went straight up to the wall and he was supposed to fall on the other side. And you know what? The wall prevented him from falling to the side. He fell, to the side. Can you believe? Like the neck was like that. And he was a young man in his 30s and he survived. And imagine a neck kinked like this and you fell like with a thud on the side of the wall, like complete twisted. we saw that. We were like, all of us were shocked to no extent, the way that sound happened, and we were, it was just not pretty at all. So we just simply, all of us stand there saying, if anybody practices Shirshasana, we are going to take a cane and come after you. I'm sorry, this is not Shirshasana at all. I said Ardha Shirshasana. I said we'll stick to Ardha Shirshasana. And at the most, once you are stable, lifting one leg at a time gives you flexibility of your hip joint. That's all. And before you do Shirshasana, check with your doctor. Eye pressure is very important. Nobody knows. They live around with glaucoma kind of tendencies forever without knowing. I'm sorry, without doing all your complete parameters, blood pressure, everything, please don't start Shirshasana. Period.
Hypertension, high blood pressure, glaucoma, a lot of things you should be clear of those things.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just we'll just end with one sectional breathing, please. Not sectional breathing, cooling pranayama. Cooling pranayama is most ignored one. So let's just quickly try that.
Quick question. If there is any cold-like symptoms, we should not be doing the cooling pranayama, correct?
Cold symptoms, yes. Then you know what? Just do Ujjayi.
Okay.
Exhalation Ujjayi. Okay. And cooling pranayama helps you in conquering allergies, to cold also, for that matter. But again, if you actively have any problems, don't do it. But however, understand the concepts that we are going to give. Again, here it is linear awareness, then two-dimensional awareness, three-dimensional awareness, and learning to understand the tongue and its health. We talked about that, I guess. Tongue is the sign of health, and any coating on the tongue, any plain tongue without the dots on the tongue, all of that is a sign of some digestive system issues. And so it's important for you to observe your tongue every day and clean it in the morning also, right, with your tongue cleaner, and keep watching your tongue. And every day, just after cleansing, observe. And after about, maybe if you're not feeling too well, at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, after you have your meal or something, check your tongue and see how much coating morning you clean. So later you see how much deposit is going to be there. So all these are signs of your own self-observation, important for you to know. Okay, so let's just sit in comfortable position. Ideally, if you can fold your tongue lengthwise, that's the best practice. You will feel very intense cooling of the tongue. So let us bring the awareness to the tongue. And fold the tongue lengthwise. If you cannot fold, then just make like a beak and breathe, like as if you are sucking the air through a straw. Otherwise, tongue folded lengthwise. And breathe with your tongue. Close your mouth. Breathe with your nose. Breathe out with your nose. Let's begin. Inhale with your tongue. Exhale normally with your nose. Long, deep inhalation and normal exhalation. So inhalation is long, slow, deep, and like as if there is a sharp ice knife drawn on your tongue. One last time. Close your mouth. Observe your tongue. Where exactly cooling took place? Linear awareness. And gently open your eyes. Fold the tongue So that bite the tongue, fold the tongue upward and bite it slightly and draw the air through two sides of your lips. Close your mouth, exhale through the nose. You will already start feeling that the cooling, the surface area of cooling has increased. It's a very subtle, mindful awareness building practice. Last one. And close your eyes. And observe the changes and where the cooling took place. You will start feeling that two-dimensional awareness at the tongue, at the surface. And now the next one will be clenching the teeth, drawing the air through all the sides. Close your mouth and exhale through the nose. Long, deep inhalation. Last one, or maybe a couple more. Last one. Observe the area of cooling. You feel the entire mouth with all the palates everywhere, upper palate, inner side. Feel that cooling. Three-dimensional awareness. Excellent practice, even in the cold season, to desensitize to cold. And joining your hands at the heart center, we'll sing Om Shanti 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 Hi together. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you. Namaste. And we'll break for lunch. We'll see at 1:35. Sorry, less lunch break. Actually, for some people, it's not even lunch break. So we'll see you. Okay, just keep it on.
What is going to help for the sleep apnea?
Ujjayi helps better. This is more for allergies, asthma, stomach disorders, mind, anxiety. Yeah. You 1:35.